Hi, welcome again to Being Dollar Savvy. And today I'm going to be chatting with you this evening about appraising your expertise. Now, when I talk about appraising your expertise, we will really be looking at whether your knowledge, your skills, and your competencies are in alignment with your services or your products. So at this time, coming out of a pandemic, knowing what you worth to your company, to your operations, is very important to your plans, what you're planning for the future. So when we say appraising your expertise, this would determine whether you should add maybe new technology, whether you should diversify, increase your products, or just maybe change your business model. So you can ask yourself, are you the person who has the required expertise in your business? Or are you running a business where you have to hire someone with the expertise? Because this will make a difference to your decision making as you move forward. For those who are not yet in business, but maybe you're thinking about creative entrepreneurship, you would have acquired a lot of experience, your expertise, skills, etc. while you were in the workplace. Some of you may still be in the workplace. And all this expertise that you have acquired, you can monetize them so you can get that extra income while you're on the third act stage to really enjoy your life, because you need a lot of money then. On previous Dollar Savvy, Tarian spoke about creative entrepreneurship. She spoke about starting up a business, about how you can have your systems organized, about building a customer base. So if you go back to the YouTube or Facebook, you can review those segments, because it will give you a lot of information to help you if you're interested in your creative entrepreneurship. So what you look at I would say, yeah, many moving forward post-pandemic, you would find there would be many opportunities opening up, which may require your skills. And you may want to start to really embrace those opportunities to set up a business. But before you do that, you really need to know what is your worth. How would you be able to value your expertise to really operate a profitable business? Okay. So to do that, what I would like here to go through with you is a 4-step process. And in this 4-step process would really help you to know your worth and to really define your skills, and in terms of your business, to look at how are you moving forward if you're going to what you need to do. So I would say let's look at the first step. And for the first step, what I would like you to do, if you have any paper nearby or maybe a phone, take note. Of course, if not, you could always review this segment. So the first thing I want you to do is use 3 headings. So in using the 3 headings, the first one will be professional knowledge. And when you talk about professional knowledge, you may be qualified, you may be a teacher, accountant, you may be just whatever type of profession you have been in, you would have some professional knowledge or qualifications in that respect. The second heading I want you would be your technical skills. And again, technical skills, what have you done? What are you good at? And the third one would be industry and field experience, because experience is very important. So yes, you have those three headings: professional knowledge, technical skills, and industry and field experience. So you list your relevant, you list the information, what you have under those three headings. The second step, what you do now, you go back, you look at it, and you use a scale. So the scale will be 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, of course, 1 is the lowest. And you rank that expertise relevant to your service. And when I say relevant to your service, for instance, you may be a musician. All right, so you're very good with music. So you list that skill under, if that's a technical skill, professional knowledge, whichever, depending on what the level you are as a musician, and you list that. But you ask to put a scale, to scale it to what is a 1 or 5. You ask yourself, is that relevant to the business I'm doing? So for instance, you may be a musician, but you may be selling food, let's say. Is the music relevant to the food industry right now for your business to run? If no, it means that you will put a lower rating there because it's not relevant. On the other hand, you may have a technician, a computer expert, who's offering his services as a computer technician or whichever specialty area within the computers. In rating his skill, that rating will be very high because that is key to the business. Okay, so that is how you would do your scale. Then after you complete that, you now want to put a value to each skill. So for instance, you would have rated the technician, for instance, may have received a 4 or 5 because of the level of importance for that skill to his service or the product that he's offering. Okay, now to put a cost to it, you need to know, let's say for instance, a 1 may equal $100, a 5 may equal $500. We put in a value here. So if your scale is 1, but when you put in your value, I'm just using $100 for 1 and $500 for 5 to you to get an idea how to value it. However, you should base your value on either what you're earning right now or the demand in the market or what the market rate is like. So those are the rates you're going to be using to give a fair value to your skill, to your expertise. So that's number 3. Number 4, when you complete it now, you do some calculations under each area. So you could make the adjustment. So you have an understanding now, or yes, let me look at what decision I should make. So if under the 3 different headings, when you look at it, you will see immediately from your rating that, listen, I am running a business here, but like my expertise, that's not worth anything. Should I now switch? Should I relook at what I'm doing? Remember, you're going in, this is post-pandemic. The market is changing. And let me say this, with the market changing, the 50 plus persons, 50 plus, those are, we have to really be very innovative and creative. We may not be able to continue operating, and I don't think anybody would operate it in the same way. But I believe, and from listening to the Minister of Finance, etc., our cohort will be under a bit more pressure. So we need to understand this and get ready. Get ready for when we go out there to create a whole new, I would say, a whole new economic space for us, if I may put it that way, where we know our worth, we know our expertise, and that's why it's important for us to have do that appraisal, I should say, of our expertise. So when we maybe redefine our service or decide whatever decision we make, when we go out there, we're going out there with proper information, which will build our confidence to really, build the business, improve the business. Okay. So that will be where the calculation comes in. You need to see your knowledge, your experience, your skills, your expertise. These are your most valuable assets. Recognize that, and don't sit back or give away expertise free. All right. So if you're in business, yes, you still need to appraise. You have to look back. We have to all look at what is happening now, look at the future, what's going to happen post-pandemic. All right. So if you don't know your worth, then you would not be able to really have that profitability in your business. And I want to tell you this. In looking at the steps, I know many of you out there may be wondering, may have some challenge in valuing your skills, putting that value. These 4 steps are very simple though, but what we have decided, what Connections 50 Plus has done, and we would show you in a while what is more about it. We have created a toolkit called the 5.8G Essential Toolkit. And that toolkit was done, it consists of assessments, which will help you, those of you out there who are not too sure about your skills, even those who are already in business. And well, you started your business because you figured this is what you know. I am accustomed doing X, and I'm a musician, and I'm just using musicians now. And I come out and I just want to, so I'll give music lessons. But you may have other skills, or you could utilize your skills in a different way. It may not just be music lessons. And let me say this, as I mentioned, music with food. It may be just for you to play music at dinner parties, etc. So this toolkit, it's a toolkit with assessments, which would definitely help you to define your skills, to know exactly, to be able to scale it properly, understand the value. So when you redo your business plan, or at least look at your operations, you would be able to say or make that decision, make an informed decision as how you should move forward. All right. So this is a short segment, and it's really about appraising your expertise, understanding how your skills, etc., how they are aligned to the business you are in for profitability. So I want to thank you for listening. Please, if I went a bit too fast, go back. We always have it there on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can follow the steps